Hello everyone, Intuitive Edge here. So tonight I want to look at what we're going to be doing a year from now in the country. What are things going to look like? Part of the reason I want to explore this question is I was going back through some of my older videos and I rewatched the video that I did. I think it was called Did Russia Steal the Election or something to that effect. It was done over a year ago. And I don't remember everything. When I do a video, especially if it's a year old, I don't always remember what came through and what I got and what messages I got. So reviewing this video, I was really kind of taken aback. I think my jaw hit the floor a couple times because some of the things I got and some of the cards that came up was exactly what we're seeing play out today, and I felt it was a little kind of shocking. I shouldn't be shocked, but it felt like, wow, we're really seeing this unfold, and the cards were right at the time. And so I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun if I did a video, because it got me thinking, where are we going to be a year from now if things change, if things were so crazy in this last year? Where are we going to be a year from now? What's going to be happening, and what changes are we going to see? And so I thought, what if I did a little bit of sleuthing into the future a little, and just see where we might be trending, where we might be heading, politically, economically, socially, which is culturally, kind of spiritually, that kind of thing. Like a year from now, maybe 2 years from now. So I'm going to shuffle up the cards in a minute here, and we're going to look at these questions and see what things might look like, so that in a year from now, I want to look at that video, the video I do tonight, and see, okay, wow, here's what the cards were really telling us. This is what's happened. So I'm going to do that. So I'll be right back. So before I jump into this video, I just felt almost like a feeling of like caution, because the future is still unwritten. We create it every day by our thoughts, our actions, what we put into motion, and the things that we hold in our consciousness and what we do. So this is just going to be looking at trends and seeing where we might be and where things are trending. I'm not a, fortune teller, that kind of thing, because the future is up to us in every moment. It's not something out in time that is, a definite, concrete, this is how it's going to be. It's all up to us in every moment how we create it. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. All right, so I shuffled up the cards. Let's cut the deck. So a year from now, what are we going to be looking at? What trending energies do we have coming up? Okay, so the first card we have is politically, the energies, what we will be facing. We have the Six of Fire. This is a card of reaping rewards, having things come back to you, and it's a positive card. Now, the imagery is with the cats, and there's like one cat that is being lauded or rewarded or having things come back to this cat politically. There's a fire or glow kind of over his head, signifying a role of leadership or position of leadership. And there's like bringing of gifts back to this person in power. So I'm thinking this is a shift politically. Perhaps things that were being done in a subversive manner toward the president, perhaps, is going to be shifting and changing. Some people, I think, might be changing their tune, coming back around, bringing things back into a more positive or more balanced perspective, more balanced point of view. this feels like coming back around and doing the right thing. But I think specifically this is regarding President Trump, um, because of the it's like the lauding and the fire. And speaking of this card, um, in the 2016 election, this card came up a lot for him. When I was looking at the cards to see, who might be the nominee. Um, and this card popped up for him a lot. And so it seems like um, that's what made me think this has to do with Donald Trump. But I think there's going to be a coming around, and it might be kind of miraculous or take people by surprise to see a shift or a change toward him. Perhaps public opinion might be shifting a little bit more positively toward him. But I think that's ringing true with me. Public opinion's going to shift and change to be more positive toward him. But I also felt like there's some people that will be kind of having to either the only thing I can think to say is like eat crow. It's like some people are going to have to say, yeah, we need to do the right thing, somehow related to the president. I don't know exactly what that is or what that entails. I think we're going to be seeing a shift a year from now. Okay, this is probably next fall, 2019, toward the end of the year. Okay. So economically, now this is interesting. We've got the Hermit card. This is so the economy is probably not as great and wonderful as it sounds. I think there's some shakeup and some shifting taking place in the economy, and so this is just telling me that there may be some needing to look at our economic policies, or there's going to be some probably shifting, some changing with regard to how our economy operates. And I do sense that there's how do I say, it's like a chapter's coming to an end and then getting ready for a new chapter. So it's like the end of a chapter, but something else kind of coming in on the heels of it. It's like something has to kind of shift and change out of. And again, I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm drawn to this moon in this card, and it's like the moon is like waning and going back to the new moon, where it's dark, but yet right around the corner it'll start coming back again. The light will. So we'll see what else we get. I'm going to do one more section on these. I'm going to do 2 years from now on the next set. So this is a year from now. Let's keep going. Next one is socially, culturally. Now, socially, this feels like this is a card of being in a prison of the mind, not being open-minded, not being in the flow of synchronistic happenings, not being able to free yourself from the trappings of the mind, or getting stuck in a rut. So this there may be some cultural shifts, and they may be challenging for some people, may cause some people to have to deal with their own inner demons. Could be some social, cultural changes going on, some unrest, some people wrestling with their own ideals and ideas. Let's see where we are 2 years from now. So politically, now we have the Sky King. This is the King of Swords in the traditional tarot. This is a card of strength, wisdom, using the mind in a positive direction. This is regarding a kingly figure, which is interesting with with this cat on the first card. So I'm thinking that this that President Trump will have. I think he's going to be in a play. Whatever shift this has happened is putting things in a better place, either for him or for the office of the president. Or and this is a positive card, the Sky King being an upright, and it does feel tied together, like moving and trending in a more positive direction toward the president. 2 years from now, economically, now, interesting, we would have two major arcanas on this one. The economy is going to be a big deal in the coming few years. We've got kind of this shake-up, things changing, and then we have the Judgment card sitting on top of it. Judgment is like a card of reckoning. I think we're going to be seeing some shifts and some changes, perhaps a hard shift. I'm feeling like a hard shift to one direction. It's like shifting. It's shifting. It's moving something in like a huge correction. I don't know if that means market correction, but this is like a jolt to the country. I'm getting this picture of like you're going down this way and all of a sudden, boom, you're heading this direction. Like a complete shift, or like hitting a wall and moving this way. Now the movement is still flowing, but it's shifting, and it's going in a new direction. So the economy is going to be going through a lot in the next couple of years. And maybe I will do a separate video following up on that to see maybe what that's going to look like. But that's what I'm seeing right now. Be prepared for an economic shift. There's something almost like magical or divine about it, like it's being guided from either the universal mind or it's like a higher mind or higher sort of mind that is behind it. Like it's a shift. I think ultimately it will probably lead in a more positive direction, but it could be a real jolt. But there's something about feeling directed or led or something from on high, or some angelic, I don't know how to describe it, like something coming in to help maybe during that it's a transition, a time of transition, the economy. All right. So 2 years from now on the social, cultural, spiritual. So this card, this is the card of the builder, coming together with others and building something. And this is like needing to rebuild. It's on the reverse. And it feels like socially and culturally we've kind of gotten ourselves a little stuck. We've maybe we've become in a rut of sorts with all of the influences that come in and tell, manipulate people's thoughts and emotions through the media and all of that, and it's got us kind of stuck and in a rut. And this is like having to kind of come out from under all of that and rebuild. So perhaps with this shift in the economy could also be a cultural shift as well. That's going to help us maybe reevaluate what's really important in life. And I would hope, I'm just interjecting hope here for just a second, is that we would become more honest with ourselves. So maybe part of that could be having to rework some of the things that have gotten us stuck, whether it be one group here mad at someone else, where there's that racial tension and division among groups. I think we need to, this is nice, but I think it may signify coming to a place where we can let go of a lot of that and rebuild and create something better that will serve us more positively in the future. So this is these. So for the last question, was going to be unrelated to these. Out for the United States, how are things trending in the news media in the future, politics in the future, culturally, spiritually? Where are we going? And so let's see what we have for these questions. This last set of questions here. So on the question of the news media in the future, and again, I didn't specify on this particular spread right here how far out in the future this is. So this is just kind of where the energy's trending. And for the news media, we've got the Ace of Sky reverse, which is new beginnings. I think there's going to be a shift or a change because it's on the reversal. There could be some real shift and change in the news media and how maybe we receive media. I know there's been a lot of trending changes over the last decade with more people getting news online and all of the things on the internet that have been available to people for news and such. But it feels like there's going like kind of like the old style is going to have to either change or make some sort of drastic shift. So we may see that as well for the news media. Politics in the future is kind of like we're going to have to, this is a card of like wait and see. And it's also being diligent to see what's ahead. So we may be seeing some shifts or some changes, but it's also what I was talking about earlier with how things are going to play out depends on all of us and what we're creating in every moment. And for politics, it's no different. All of us impact it one way or another, even if we don't think we do. Culturally, spiritually, so we're going to have to come to a place eventually where we understand our relationship to the world and to the divine and to, I think a lot of us, a lot of people, not anybody in particular reading or listening to me here, but in general, people don't understand the power that they have as co-creators in our collective experience, and they're unaware of it. They don't know. They externalize power to God out there rather than recognizing that they are creating every moment of every day. And culturally, spiritually, this is like needing to come around to that, to where we understand our relationship to the earth and where we're treating the earth with kindness and other people with kindness, because this is the area of creation. It's also the area of learning. Earth is like the school of hard knocks. So I think we're going to be faced with that, especially with this in the next couple of years, having to really shift culturally and spiritually and socially out of some more negative outlooks. We're going to have to change to have a more positive outlook. All right, okay, well, this is my attempt at kind of sleuthing into the future, seeing where the energies might take us. So anyway, I hope you liked it. I hope you're having a great night. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time in the next video. Intuitive Edge, signing out. Bye-bye.